Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and good night. I didn't turn the music down. Ow, my ears. I cannot even hear myself think. Not that I'm thinking anything. Hopefully you're all having a lovely day, whatever it is that you have been doing with it. I have already forgotten what I've done with my day, which is pretty awkward because I haven't even been awake for that long, so... I delivered like a cat. I delivered catalogs. I went for a walk, and I played a lot of Crusader Kings. Because I almost understand. Almost. Fighting war is hard. Everyone who told me to play as Ireland, I hate you. That or I don't understand what I'm doing, so that's why everything sucks. Oh well. So, the plan for today's stream is basically a continuation of last Saturday's stream, in which I, drew this individual and designed her in particular. So I believe... Oh, well that was the hello. That was the hello from last thing. I think this was where we finished at the end of last stream, was this little summary of my next role-playing character, I guess. It's technically not a campaign. I guess it is kind of a campaign, because it is hopefully going to go on further than just the one arc, but the character for the next arc that I'm going to be playing in, of the many that I keep getting roped into. And so this is where we finished last stream, was with this design. I think afterwards I did a couple of little things, like I think some of this stuff wasn't there. I don't remember. I'd have to check. I have the ability to check. No, that's all exactly as it was. Hell yeah. So this is where we ended last stream. This was the design that I came up with because I think it's cute, and that's really the most important thing for me. And then I think after that stream is when I did this, which is a attempt to sketch them in the more, the proper way, in that they are actually, like a character portrait kind of thing, but like fancy. And you can tell that feet are a mystery, a skill that I have not acquired. I don't know how they work, which is why in the flats, I think the foot changed. Oh no, the foot was positioned differently last time. And it could still change because I don't understand what the hell's happening. Like I can draw a boot, but that's about as far as it goes. That doesn't really mean anything. So, whatever. And of course the hand changed, and actually the hand needs to be fixed because there was an issue with it. But that is what has happened since last stream. Most of this was probably done on Sunday before the Binding of Isaac stream that I did, because I do that sometimes. And there's some little bits I need to do before I can start shading, which is the main thing I'm going to be doing today, I think, is shading. At the very least, I'm going to be shading, like, the kind of head area, and also this hat is not supposed to be orange. The colors are also need to be changed, obviously, to accommodate, the design that is intended. I need to fix this hand though, because I actually had it over too far. Because like you hold the edge of the hat, and it was basically from the pose that I've picked of the hand, which is kind of like this-ish, sort of, something like this-ish. It holds like the very outer edge, but I had it kind of holding like a this spot, if that makes any sense. And so, based on its positioning, it needed to be further over, but I had it further in, and so I was like, okay. Which is why there's this kind of cutout here. Which is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be, I think, more like this-ish. Obviously, I put in the shading just so that I could keep track of where the fingers were, because one of the issues with a cell shady style is that if you don't put the shading in on the hands really early, you will lose track of where the hell the fingers are supposed to be. There's also an issue where this doesn't go down properly anymore, because it was attuned to the wrong angle. So yes, something That is more accurate to A, how hands look, possibly. It might need to come over a bit more still. But that's the idea of it. I think the only section that it isn't cleaned up properly is this end of the hat, fixing it around the hair, which I honestly didn't even notice, which is why you always show people your artwork, because you will then immediately notice something has gone horrifically wrong. I possibly just want to move the foot a little bit. I feel like it looks better. If you move the foot like an inch. Supposed to have it all the way back, because like where's the leg in that? I mean, obviously I could fill that bit out more, but I didn't think the legs were that thick. So actually it probably should be more like there. This might be too wide. I'm not entirely clear what's happening over there. Listen, I don't deal with shoes, and that is not our focus, so it's fine. Where's the hat? Oh, the hat's down here. Oh my god. The hat is low on the layer level, the layer hierarchy. There we go. I'm just making it so that the edges follow them correctly, because otherwise it looks weird. Mostly over here, we just kind of jets in, really. Oh, and the ear. I forgot about the ear. Oh, boy. There's a couple of spots I need to fill in, too, because the paint bucket doesn't always cover what I want it to. Or that might have been manually filled. That would have been manually filled. It's a shading bit. No, actually, no, that would have been... Oops, nose. I don't. I have no idea. But I have the power to just... Yeep. Oop. Yeet. There we go. So I think that's all the edges basically cleaned up. Obviously some details can be added to, like, edges in general. Oh no. Oh, I'm missing the ribbon. Oh shit. I missed the ribbon. Do I need the ribbon? Because I put a ribbon on it. Oh, I'm missing 2 ribbons. Oh. I forgot about the hair ribbon. I'm missing a lot of ribbons. Otherwise, this red bit makes no sense if you don't put the ribbon in. God damn it. Beans. Hat. Okay, let's still turn off the background for one. Beep up. Beep up boop. Nope, I didn't select the color. There we go. What is Why is it like that? Oh no. I don't think that made much of a difference, actually. That'll work. That'll do it. Hey, sake. Technology. I don't understand it. That is probably not the color that would go. There we go. So now I need ribbons. Okay. Hair's down here, so I need the ribbon layer here. Ribbon. Then I can just select the red from here. Boop, ba, ba, ba. Actually, would it be above or below the hair layer? Oh, no, I guess it would probably be below, but I can just erase a bit. That's a Windows button. Extremely rude. I'm just gonna make that... Actually, it's probably easier to just do this. So I'm going to just really quickly, just so I know where it goes. Maybe where that would start, and then it's a matter of... Is that the idea, or is it just like a really clunky one? I'm not clunky, like chunky. Sure. I say sure. I'm in charge. I can have it be a chunky. And it's just a matter of... Oop. Ba, 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 da, ba. There we go. So that's one ribbon put in. So that it's actually like, you know, the hair is tied by something. Eventually. And then there was the hat ribbon. Yeah, the ribbon. A lot is happening there. I don't think any of my layer names would be particularly comprehensible if you didn't already know what they included. Which is good for me in the moment. After the fact, not so much. And anyone who ever receives a file of mine is not going to have a good time. Because this is not how file naming is supposed to work. My art classes definitely tried to teach me that, but I did not succeed. As such, oh god, drawing a long curve where I can't see the other end is not easy. You know, it wasn't easy because my hand doesn't work. The one downside about deciding to do an art stream today is that I was delivering catalogs, and like the way I deliver them is I have my bag, and I basically hold my left arm and my right arm out like I'm a gunslinger in a duel, and then I reach into the bag and I roll it. Like I roll the catalog and then I put it in the mailbox. So my right hand is not doing great. It's not too big of a deal, but it's definitely like a thing where I probably don't want to do another art stream after this. Like on this Saturday, I'll probably do like... I'll do a writing stream or something. Or like a world building stream, rather. It's very rarely actually writing. Because ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. No. I guess one thing that could be interesting is if the idea is that the ribbon is definitely behind. Or it is a side ribbon. So it actually ties on the side. Because here it's like wind related is the reason it comes out like that way. It's presumably tied in like around here in the back. It's kinda. But here it's just tied on the side perhaps. And then you can't see it over the edge of the hat. Sure, well, hold on. If there's the whole idea is this wind blowing, this one would actually probably do something funky. Well, I did say funky. Did I not? Sure. Sure. Is that considered canvassing? No. No, because canvassing is like the political, right? I'm just delivering like the Aldi catalog. Specifically the Aldi catalog. Oh, for God's sake, that's not what the word canvassing means. Yeah, no, I'm not canvassing, I am just delivering like junk mail. I'm delivering junk mail. And I have yet to be paid for it, so I would like my money at some point, please. I don't go for 3 hours of walks in 2 days for nothing. I would like to be paid. But you know, whenever that's convenient for him, I guess, you know? Whatever. I mean, if me delivering Aldi catalogs convinces somebody to vote, like, on whatever specific issue, hey, you know what? Whatever. I'll take it. Why not? The greatest political influences of our time, the junk mail delivery people. Oh, I can walk for miles too, but like I'm being specifically I've been paid to walk for like 3 to deliver all the areas in my little delivery range. And I don't do them all at once. I have to split it out because otherwise it's too heavy. So it's like, you know, it's inconvenient. And I have to wake up at like 8 a.m. on Mondays to pick up the stock because I can't pick it up on Saturdays because I don't have a car. And it's like, oh, fuck. It's just it's a whole mess. Which is why it's a good thing I don't stream on Mondays, because I would have probably been a mess. The fact that I didn't pass out during my Monday night D&D game is well, it wasn't D&D, but like, my Monday night Witcher game was, ooh. It was damn good luck. That or, I wasn't drinking coffee, well. Something was pulling me forward and I don't know what it was. This section of the shirt looks weird, but I have no idea of how to fix it. So I genuinely don't know. Shirt colors are difficult and silly. Well, hold on. Just like, hold on. Let's get some fucking references. I guess it should just be a lot closer to the neck. Not that I'm wearing my shirt the same way, because I don't like doing, like, I don't have any high collar shirts, but, shirt. Here it is. Then I'll just adjust the jacket. Oh, Jesus, the neck's all the way over here. Oh my god. Another reason I think that the music sounds familiar is that I've heard it a bunch of times while streaming. But I'm also like, this music reminds me of something and I don't know what. Couldn't even begin to tell you. Possibly Pokemon? Unclear. That might look a little better. I do need to now fix this situation with the bit. With the jackets. Oh, that's not how you pronounce the word jackets. I am a shaman fraud. I feel like on some level I should know how to speak French because I learnt it for like 7 years. And on the other hand, no. That is not something I am remotely qualified to talk about. And also not something I'm necessarily interested in discussing. Speculating on, like, other people's, for lack of phrase, mental conditions is not something I would want to do. And oop, that's the wrong pen, that's why I was being weird. And also, I'm just not fond of him, so I don't really care. I don't know him well enough. And I have no plan to. Oh, because it looks like it's a bit short, I think. This one needs to be taller. Oh, why are you so thin? Doi. Bop, bop. Oh. Okay, I think that's the shirt kind of, well, that curve needs to be a little adjusted, maybe? A little bit. Oh, Jesus, that's the eraser somehow. Somehow, like I wasn't literally using the eraser. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm an artist in the sense that I attempt to create art on occasion. I'm known to do that. When the fancy takes hold, and when my hair stops being in my eyes, which is not something I can actually do anything about. Unless I go put the goddamn hair clay in. Ugh. Oop. Movie. Hey, Author Goddess! Welcome for the raid! Welcome, raiders! Hopefully you've all had a lovely time with Author Goddess working on stories and stuff. Words! Yes, more words. In this case, pictures, which I've been told are worth 1,000 words. So, okay. Yeah, if you... that. Hope you all had a love time discussing that. I was not expecting that, but you know what? It happens. World building is weird. Storytelling. Weird. Shit just happens. Ah, your consent in erotica and romance class. Ah, that's a very interesting topic. I imagine that would be a very, like, interesting discussion to have overall. I'm trying to fix his hair a bit. It looks weird. It does sound very, very cool. Oop, shit. Hair, please. My hair and the character's hair, can you please function? There we go. Nasty stuff. I mean, if it's educational, it's fine, you know? It's all in the interest of improving the art that we create, if your art includes that topic. Mostly body shaming and romance. Ugh. Ew. Twitch ads? Ew. Ads in general? Ew. Who said that was allowed, huh? Who allowed that to happen? It is so rude of them. Give them a stern talking to for letting you get ads. Gross. I think that's actually all of the, like, the majority of the lines cleaned up. Because I'm deciding not to think about how the boots work. So it's mostly colors now. I need to fix the colors. I'm gonna go 30 seconds for sure streaming. That is true. Like, the idea is fine. I completely understand it. It's still frustrating to have to watch ads, especially when they're like annoying ads or ads that like actively upset you in some way. This doesn't happen often, but like, ugh. Because like sometimes ads just come on and they upset you in some way. They're just not, they only piss you off. Pissing me off is the most common thing with ads. Because like I'll sit through them if I have to, but like sometimes they piss me off. Do my part, enjoy the few cents. I don't think I get, do I get AdSense? I don't think I get paid. I don't earn enough. Chick-fil-A, yeah, love Chick-fil-A, I suck it. Exactly, right? Like ads from companies or like organizations that are like reprehensible or just topics you don't really want to hear about. You know? Like when I get like weight loss ads and I'm like, listen dude, I do not need to lose weight. Leave me alone, please. You know? But they just keep coming. Or when they're like, hey, you're Australian. You must need all of these ads about Australia. And I'm like, no, I don't. I already live here. I know. I'm aware. Christ. But they're like, make sure to do all these things when you leave the house. I'm like, I'm not leaving the house. I don't go shopping. I've been out like twice. Aside for deliveries, I mean. That's when you get in Russian because they're useless because you don't understand them. I love getting foreign language ads whenever that happens. That's just funny. That's just the best stuff. But unfortunately that doesn't happen very often. Because at the very least, like, Spotify is aware that I speak English. For now. If I listen to enough K-pop, maybe they'll think I'm Korean. Who knows, you know? Oh, I can do the hair at once. Because I picked this color. Is that different? Oh. Throw a video and finish. You didn't know what he was saying. But you know what Pascha means? It was so obviously funny. Nice. I have no idea what Pascha means. I don't know what any words in any... I don't know what words mean, really. Words. I'm unfamiliar. Yeah, Pask. Okay, yes. So, if I knew one of the languages of the area, then I might know what Paska means, but I don't. So I'm just like, I'm missing a joke. Unfortunately. Ugh, devastating. Oop, I didn't want to hit Control A, I want to hit Control S. This is why I keep doing badly at stuff. I keep hitting the wrong keys all the time. Do I have to Google what Pask means? That's something that's gonna have to happen. I hope not. I don't want to have to Google anything. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. This I understand. Oh, I need to fix the lashes. Because they are now the wrong, like, hue. Kind of. And lash part 2, because I do it in Total Thoughts. And I need to pick what the blue is. Can I do something like... oh, it's edit? Tonal corrections? No, because 2 layers. Ugh. Sure, like the funny video. I obviously can't watch it because copyright, but hell yeah. Seems to be a worse person to crap here. Right. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, because you've linked to a message in a Discord channel, in a Discord server that I'm not in. Well, no, even if it's from TikTok. I don't like to show other people's content. It's just like the rule of thumb. But I can't even see it because I'm not in the Discord chat server. So I cannot see. It takes me to nowhere. I'm just in the no text channels zone. It's a terrifying void where nothing exists. It's like, oh god. What shade of blue am I trying to go for? More like a royal blue. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? Technology, it's awful. Oh, I need to do this separately. Yeah, okay, I do like that blue. That's a nice blue. That will make shading the pants a pain in the ass, but no, I'll figure something out. And then hat shading, it needs to be well, like like that. Haven't given the jacket shading yet. And then it's the pants, which I guess could probably just be that color, which actually kind of works. And then the boots. Yeah, boy. I can possibly shift all those up a little bit so that there's more, like, color depth. Because I worry that the black won't... Oh, the black shows up pretty well. Decently well. So I should be able to at least, at minimum, like, shade that. I think the reason the boot looks weird is because that's not really how a boot ends. I think it needs to go up in a bit. That's why it looks weird. It looks like it just ends. There's more to it than that, but I think that's part of it. Oh, that's one of the ribbons. Okay, I probably should actually do the ribbons. I'm also gonna do the back first. Let's go to the back. Because in this sketch, I used... Oh. A slightly dustier red. Or a slightly darker red. I think I like the slightly darker red a bit more. I think that makes sense. So that's good. Trebio. And... ribbons. I think that's mostly all the colors except for, I guess, like the shirt, but I think the shirt's white is probably pretty good. This seems like a reasonable color for a shirt to be, I think. I was gonna check one thing, which is I can tonal. Can I not tonal correction a thing? Oh. Oh. I'm not in Sable's Discord. I don't think. I'm pretty sure I'm not. I don't keep track of whose Discords I'm in. There's a lot of Discords that I don't look in very often. Oh, that's not the... That's the... What are those? Oh, those are the gamer ones. Okay, no. That one should go in there, actually. Yeah. I have, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 that I actually go to. I don't talk a lot in any Discord, even, like, you know, the World Anvil one that I moderate. But I go in, like, 4. And one of those is just my yelling server, where I yell for myself. Like, there's my yelling server, the World Anvil server, my Tabletop Society server, and my Minecraft server. Oh, and the other tabletop group. There's 5. And I have a folder just for World Anvil. Oh, no, that's it. What is... I need to rearrange this shit. I don't know where I'm putting anything. And I was like, this is the World Anvil one. And then it's like, there's something about Skyrim in here. I'm like, what are you doing in here? Ew. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'll live. I will survive, having not seen the video, I imagine. I thought I could actually... Can I... I can do this. I'm gonna do this the funky way, which is I'm gonna do this. Because what I wanted to check is... Well, please let me tonal correction. Oh, because I'm so too sub... Ay. Tonal correction. Hue and saturation. Okay, so that was basically what I wanted to do, which I wanted to check the kind of grayscale shit that was happening here. I'm sure there was a way I could have done that. Oh, well, hold on, I think there actually is a way. It's called, that. Kind of? No. Wait, what? Oh god, I'm getting mixed signals on the way the colors work. Huh? Oh god. The program's being weird again. So either the eyes clash or they don't, or the hair and jacket clash or they don't. There is no... It is not consistent on which set is happening. That's good. I'm a fan of this. I like when this happens. I like when technology deliberately ruins my life. It's probably the jacket and the hair one, though. So I guess it's this one is probably more accurate. Because I think the eyes look a little bit lighter. But maybe they don't. Maybe it's both. Who knows? I definitely do not. Doof. I like the silhouette, though. I mean, it's not necessarily the clearest silhouette I could possibly have, but I think it's pretty neat. It just looks cool. It looks fancy. Oh well. We're probably good. Maybe, I think the jacket blue I need to change. I might change the jacket blue. Where's the jacket? The jacket's up here. Yeah, light blue looks alright. That should hopefully... Did that change anything? this doesn't look too bad. And that appears to have... God damn it. Because now it's just dusty. Colors are hard. I could just go for the where it's darker, where apparently it's somehow lighter. The black doesn't have great contrast there, so I'd have to change the trim color, or trim to black, which is fine. I was gonna do that anyway. That kind of works. Yes, this is the same character from last stream. I did show off briefly that like this was where we started. And obviously this is where we've got so far in the process. The idea is I'm probably not going to finish shading today, but the idea is to at least begin the shading process, which would be nice once I finish doing color tweaks. But I think that works pretty much. The alternative would have been changing the hair color. I probably should have done that, but I like the kind of brown that we've got. I'm going to change the brown a little bit with this one. Just to nudge it into a warmer tone. I think it'll look nicer with a warmer tone because it'll feed into the red of the ribbons better. Because you got the cool outfit, and then you got, well, like the cool toned outfit, and then you got all the warm toned accents and the warm tone of the person's, like, actual physical appearance. I'm pretty sure the white of the shirt is cool toned. Not really, it probably should be. If it's not like a flat grey, and I don't think it is. Technically not. So where's the shirt? Yeah, I think the blue will look better. Because then it'll kind of... Oh. No, because the neutral kind of feeds from the yellow, so maybe that works. I think that looks fine. I'm not good at color. Now, I didn't intend to make the character primary colored, but guess what? You know, it's fine. It's okay. I'm not really complaining. And then, I guess, well, actually the next step before I actually begin shading is... Wherefore art the light coming from? Oh, whoa. Whoa. Hey. That's kind of cute. That's a cute, like, bit. Get all the layers, do a bunch of shit. Obviously, there'll be like a filter to unify everything at the end. But the idea is, where is the light source coming from? Because I hadn't actually figured that out. And I feel like the idea is it's probably coming from this direction. And so it'd be going like here, here. But it's coming in a kind of angle where you still get some lighting on most of the face. It's a little bit in front. Kind of... Oh, it doesn't really show up on the blue well, does it? Whoa. Right, it's alright. I'll pick a different color then. Jesus. Okay, bit too bright. I know why it has to be glow dodge, but I like the glowy. I'll probably just do like overlay. God damn it, can you just pick... Can you have a color that actually looks like lighting and that doesn't look disgusting? In most of these contexts? I'll pick a white, fine, whatever. Whatever, the white works. And you get like this bit. Bop bop. I'm not really sure where the I think this bit would be in shadow here. Which is why I have not included it. There's just a bunch of random bits that have fucking lighting on them. Because it do be like that sometimes with lighting. It just goes... And then... So that kind of lighting, basically. Like they're looking directly into the light like a goddamn fool. And it's not doing anything to help them whatsoever. They are just taking that light on the chin. Good morning, Optimus Bob. How are you? And how are you all? Hopefully it has been a good day, and hopefully, you know, it will be a good day, considering it's early. Early for some, late for others, etc., etc. I didn't save the color. Is it the color? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna keep this up so I can actually see kind of where the color is gonna go a little bit. That is not... I know what I want to do. I know what I'm doing, which is not that. As tends to be the case. I think the whole ear is probably in shadow, actually. Well, no, the whole ear wouldn't be in shadow. That's kind of weird. 25 centimeters of snow yesterday, and it's still snowing. Oh my god. That is a lot of snow. God damn. Oh, what is happening here? Not sure. Actually, this would continue though, because it would be getting the shadow from this. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then the bit of the ear that I'm really bad at drawing. The funky shit that goes wee. That's because I don't draw it. Is that how ears look? I mean, it looks kind of cute. I don't think that's how ears work. I've immediately forgotten what an ear looks like. So that's good. So I usually don't draw them properly. No. It's too complicated. Friends would assume today. Got a few odds and ends to deal with this morning. Totally fair. Totally fair. We will figure something out. Ears are very weird. Ears are extremely weird. I think I usually just do like a this kind of thing. And what I'll do is I'll do a second level of skin shading in a darker color, and I'll actually fill this whole bit in, and then this part will be in the dark. But I do it in... I draw it in first before I do any shenanigans to it. Because I don't want to lose it. I want to get the shape down before I have problems. Okay, and that is the shirt shading, and then I have to do the hands on separate layers because... Actually, is there anybody... First hour's covered at least. Awesome, okay. I was pretty sure someone was streaming in that time, but I hadn't checked the calendar in a bit, so I wasn't sure. But I'll raid Lathon then. It's all good. All good. There's also Ink Flame, but I guess we'll go for Lathon first, and then, you know, Lathon can raid Ink Flame, and so on. People can do whatever. You can be flexible, like, with that. Okay, I need to get to the first of the hands. Where's the first of the hands? This hand. Which I didn't actually change the color on yet. Oopsies. Give me the colors. Yes, perfect. It never zooms in where I want it to, and I need to fix that too. Oh my god. Hey, pretty like looking ass. That's not something that made sense. This finger's probably... Yeah. And this finger's also probably a little bit in shadow. A little bit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly! I raid Lathon, and then it's their problem. That is the way we do it. That's how you science it. Oh my god. God, I'm bad at using this. Oh, and there's a really weird chunk. I don't know why that chunk is there. A little bit weird. There appears to be a hole in the wrist, so that's good. I love to accidentally put the hole in the wrist. Ooh. Ba, 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 da, ba. So what's everybody else gonna end up getting up to today? Other than, you know, odds and ends and watching people stream and such. It's teamwork, yeah! I think I preferred it when it was like that, actually. Why? Why? No, Holes and Wrists does not sound particularly good. Don't recommend it. I don't have any characters who've had holes and wrists, but I feel like just based on common sense. Doesn't sound appealing. I kind of how shading works. The third dimension is really hard, so that kind of makes sense. I'll probably chuck this filter on everything once I'm done too. Mapping as always. Nice. I still need to actually do maps. I keep putting them off. And I won't do them this weekend because my hand's probably going to be sore. Because too much art and too much, like, finicky stuff. As per usual. Like, yucky, yucky, yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Oh, I missed some face shading. Oh, you fool. You fool. The fool is me. I am the fool. Forgot to get some this in. I thought I changed. Oh no, because I changed the hue on the hair again. Oh my god, damn it. And then I usually don't get too detailed with the face shading, just because I don't. The way my style works currently doesn't look good when you go too much in with the shading. And it kind of depends. I try. Try drawing small circles for 6 hours or more. Does wonders. Oh yeah. I can imagine. Ugh. No thanks. I'll pass on that. Like, I'm already going to be doing, like, these tiny little strokes all over the place and in different directions for an amount of time. And that's already plenty. I don't think that's how brow shading. You know what? I've done brow shading before. I don't want to have to deal with it. I've decided I don't want to deal with it. I need to fix the color here real quick. Yeah, there we go. It would be a fairly unshaded face, which is usually how I draw anyway. Enough shading that you understand there's a nose and that there's depth present, but I'm not dealing with any of the under eye shit. Oh, I see my name. We were just mentioning that normally on Tuesdays I raid RPG Dinosaur Bob, but Bob isn't streaming today, so instead I'll be raiding you when I finish up, because you are covering that hour. That is the plan. We have it all sorted. We thought it would... It's a very cunning plan, I think. I didn't come up with it, but I'll you know, it's cunning. It's a good plan. I need to do another hand. Oh no, this is the hand that I don't have a guide for. Oh, beans. Beans, beans, beans. Ugh, I hate hands. Took ages to get the hands right too. I think the idea is that, like, most of this is probably actually in shadow. Because, well, wait. No, it would all be lit. What am I doing? Again, the third dimension is not my friend. I don't want to use the gradient tool. Fuck. Like, I already have enough difficulty doing depth. When you make the hand do it, I'm just like, huh? So basically, the skin shading is usually the least detailed part of all the shading on everything that I draw, because I just don't do it. I do enough to get by, and then I move on with my life. And that is why I do very simplistic, like, comic-esque style, because then I don't have to shade as much. Ooh, snow to clear. Ooh, fun. We love to clear snow. You love to, you know, do lots of like manual labor kind of stuff. Fun! Very, very fun. I think there's supposed to be actually like a thumb back here, but you can't tell because of shenanigans. Just imply that. Yeah, true. Like, it sucks to do, but at least it means that it's cancelling for like a mundane reason and not a things are bad reason, which is significantly preferable overall. I think that's layer 1 of the skin done. So then, I need to come back in here and add a second one. Are you... Oh, that's the hip hand. Oh, god damn it. Do I even need a second layer of dark with the hip hand? Boy. I guess just a little bit. Whap whap. Eek. Eek, eek, eek. The hip hand does not need a lot. And then I need the hat hand, which does need a little extra because it's a little bit formless at the moment. So the idea is that's kind of where the finger ends. And then that's gonna also be where the finger ends, I think. Something like that. That makes the middle finger look really thick, though. It's a little bit weird. Get your coffee. Hell yeah! Get your coffee. Coffee is very important for everyone who actually drinks it, as I have been given to understand. Oh, I need to actually. Ooh, hold on. I realize why the hand looks weird, and it's because I didn't actually extend this in such a way that it actually looks like it supports the finger that's back here, which I'm actually going to just extend out a little bit so that you can actually see it, so that people notice it's there and don't think I've drawn a hand with only 4 fingers. That could still be, like, if I wanted it to, that could be how it is, but I don't think that's what is going on here. It's just me forgetting to draw a finger. I think that works. That should do it. And then I need to kind of fix how this hand has been shaded, this finger has been shaded. I need to, I need to actually also include a bit more of this sweep, which means this bit of dark makes no sense. There should also be like this bit here where it's very dark. And it probably that this one should go even further over. Like thereabouts. I don't know. Listen, hands. I'm unfamiliar with hands as a general principle. Don't really know how they work. I may have them, but I do not know. It's all kind of a mystery as to how the hell a hand works. Ah, raid! Raiders! Welcome, Raiders! Welcome, Songwriting with Joe! Welcome back! It's like your mama raid. Oh, incredible. Welcome, Raiders! I hope you had a lovely time, and it was a lovely stream. Things went well. I'm continuing on from what was happening last time that you all were here. I've showed this off a couple times, but this was where we finished, obviously. This was the sketch that I had spent the entire stream working on, because I was doing, like, color schemes and stuff. And, now we have this. So I did the pose, I think after the stream ended, and then I put down like the flat colors, or like the flat shapes on Sunday, took Monday off, and now I am shading a little bit. If I sounding proficient in purple, which is the first thing to be released. Hype! Hype! Hype for songs, yay! Hopefully everybody's days are going swimmingly. Nope, I need to reopen the folder now. Oh god. I had to close it so I could scroll through it. Okay, now I need to get here, I think. Because I think the... Oop. I think the hand is shaded? The hands are hard. I give up on hands. A little bit more of this in here, and I think some of this. And a bit. There we go. Thank you, Pizu Puzu. I think it's looking pretty good. I haven't done a like clean art in a little bit. I've been doing a lot of sketchy painting recently. Ha 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 ha. Recent. So it's nice to, you know, do the proper art again, and you do it like with all the fancy layers and the filters and stuff, which will all definitely be here at some point, because filters, yo, you need them. Ties the whole thing together at the end. And of course, I've decided a shading position is going to be a pain in the butt to do, because I love to do that. I love to make it hard for myself to actually do what I need to. And now I need to trace this. Actually, I don't need to trace it, because I'm going to do the fancy way. Ooh. Beep. 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 Bop. Technology. Ah, that's the wrong button. Oh god, wrong button. Yes, I am using a tablet. I have a Wacom or Wacom Intuos 4. I think it's just Intuos 4, right? Yeah. So I have an Intuos 4. It is quite large. To the point where there's technically not enough space on my table, because my mouse is all the way over in the distance. Which is very frustrating when I need to use it. It makes dealing with, like, stuff. Well, that's not necessarily why actually, no, yeah, it is pretty much why I flip the image all the time. Just because sometimes the angle that I'm working with, because, like, the way your hand works, there's a specific angle your hand likes to do, where it likes to sort of come down like this, or, like, up like this. And so doing, like, the opposite curve is not as easy. So you flip it, and that lets you just keep doing the natural curve of your wrist. It makes it significantly easier. I try not to do, like, rapid flipping, but I do definitely flip so that I can actually use my hand. Because if I'm going to put stress on it by, you know, using it to draw, I don't want to make it needlessly difficult by forcing my hand to go in spots where it's technically not supposed to. You know? And I feel like that's a fairly sensible thing, which is why and yeah, like, you can flip it to make sure things aren't lopsided, because sometimes you think you've drawn, like, a nice straight line, and then you flip it, and you're like, oh no. Like, if I go... I'm like, that looks straight. Nah, not really. You know, like, when you flip it, it becomes more clear. Obviously, that element is more of a factor in, like, the sketching stage. So I was flipping in a bunch in the sketching stage so that I could, like, use the transform tool to, like, lean it in different ways so that it had a better, well, not line of action, because I'm not that clever, but just make it feel like it had better feel, so that, you know, her torso was actually, like, straight, instead of being, like, like that, which happens sometimes. I don't think I have any of the original, actually, do I? But no, that's the old sketch, isn't it? Okay. I don't know if I saved any of the ones before I started tweaking. I think I did, though. Because, as far as I remember, yeah. So this is a version that I had tweaked, and then, because I wanted to do something where I had to tweak the entire image in some way, and for some reason I had to export it to do that. The original looked like this, and that looks fine, but it doesn't have the correct, like, energy, and so then I tweaked it to have, like, that lean. So in that case, the lean was actually good, because it adds the, like, not the energy, but, like, you know, the flow to the pose. I don't know if any of that makes sense. There was definitely some, like, twisting, because, like, it was straight up just not, like, lent correctly, and I'm like, oh no. It happens a lot. I'm not actually good at art. I just pretend to be. This is why I don't know any of the words to explain what I'm doing. I'm just like, flow. It just feels better. Better feel. Because extreme poses read slightly better. Because, you know, like, if you draw a very basic pose, it just kind of is. And you can add some more dynamism and stuff to it. And it's not, like, super hard to do. It is kind of a pain in the butt. And definitely starting out, drawing fairly simple poses is not a bad thing. It's good to get down, like, very basic poses when you start. And then you can expand on them later. Because if you start with a really extreme pose, sometimes you get lost in it. Like, you just don't know what you're doing. Mostly, I don't know what I'm doing, because perspective is hard. But if I start with a fairly basic pose, I can then kind of build on it. I can exaggerate it to add that dynamism in, and that kind of stuff. This all makes almost sense, so I'm like, it's fine. I don't know what's happening here. This is fine. Douche. Yeah, it totally makes sense. I'm roughly conveying myself. This is all I ever aim for. It's just like, you know, the vibe is conveyed, and that's what matters. The vibe is present. Now I need to try and get hair. I actually really like rendering hair, but I've also decided to give this character, like, really wavy, like, funky hair, and that's gonna make this an absolute pain in the butt. But also it means that I can be very sketchy about it, because it's, like, funky, you know? The hair is funky, and that means I don't have to be good at it. This is the trick. Give all of your characters, like, wavy, frizzy hair, and it just goes. Because I don't think I'm gonna, like, I've rendered hair, I never render hair to the point of, like, every individual strand, because that's a bit beyond cell shading. That goes into, like, real fancy stuff that I do not do. But, you know, it can be more or less detailed. That's the wrong one. I wanted this one. So I know roughly where the light starts, which is, like, up here. But it can be more or less detailed, and sometimes I do quite detailed hair. I don't think this time is one of those times. I think this is going to be like, three shading ones. Because I've done hair where it had, like, 5 layers of shading. Usually with, like, really dark hair. Really dark hair requires a lot of effort to make it, like, look good. Just because of how it works, because you have to light it rather than only shading it. Because if it's very dark, you can't make it darker. It's already basically at peak darkness. Which is very, very annoying. Of course. It is not fun. And that'll be a problem when I get to the boots. Because the boots are not quite black, but they're pretty close. There's a bit of blue left to give, but after a point, because blue is a really dark primary for some reason, I don't know how color theory works, you don't actually have a lot of room in the darks when you're shading dark blue. But of course, dark blue also looks really dark, so most people go with that because, yeah. So that'll be a fun one. But I often do a lot of shading on hair just because I really like it. I am just a big fan of getting funky with it. I don't know what's happening here. I think it's actually supposed to be like this. Yeah. Something like that. It needs to go further up. Further up, very chunky, and then I can just make that thin. Go. It does not need to. I'll restart it later. Bloody aces. God damn it. Luckily, I'm not in my restart time, so hopefully I won't. I'm not going to speak its name, actually. I learned my lesson from last stream. I do not speak the name of the things that haunt me. I do not speak them into existence. We do not let the technology know we are scared, basically. That's something that almost makes sense. That actually is pretty good. Because I think the way that I'll do it is I'll have another layer of shading, and then I usually put a bit more highlight into hair, just because I really like drawing hair. So there's the 2 shading layers. This will get another darker brown. Something like that. I can obviously tweak the colors or the darkness-ness of the shading layers later. But I'll get like another layer of dark, and then I'll have a nice, a little bit of a highlight. And I'll probably put a highlight on the skin as well, but I usually only put that on like the nose, on like the tip of the hands. Because, again, shading faces is really, really hard. I don't know, I think most people know that, but shading faces is really hard. Certainly I find it extremely difficult. I've shaded like one face decently, and that was because I was doing a life drawing, and the entire point was do it good, and I was like, alright, can do, will do, and I was also there for like an hour. You're drawing the one guy for like an hour, and I was like, oh my god. So at that point you get bored and you start adding details that you would never ordinarily notice or include, which is why life drawing is good, and I recommend it, if you're able to. It's very helpful for just noticing things. Of course, the issue is that I did this session like 3 years ago, and so I have forgotten everything. I also don't have it on hand, so I can't even like show it off. No. Had to think about it. I'm pretty sure I don't have it. Like, in this room or on this computer. I think it's in a folder somewhere. It was very good, though. I was very, very proud of that one. The one time I drew, like, a human person, and it actually looked pretty good. That said, I mostly ended up focusing on, like, the fabric. And, like, the towel he was sitting on or whatever, because I was just like, I've been here for an hour, and I finished the anatomy, and it looks pretty good. And now I'm bored. So I'm just gonna focus on your chair and your rug. As opposed to detailing any other part of your body that I happen to be able to see. Haha. Not that you notice that after a while. You stop paying attention to that kind of stuff and stop being a silly teen. Ooh, hat. Okay. Okay, I haven't hooked up. Couldn't tell for a second. Okay, I think that's the darkest one. That actually looks pretty good. Because then there's just a little bit of highlight up in here and in the front where the light is. I think the assumption is the hand is further back. Listen, it's fine. Yeah. I'm gonna just blame this one as highlight. So that I actually remember what this is. Otherwise, I will forget. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to change this highlight color in a bit, but that's fine. We'll start with the not super standout one. Just to get the base in, and then I can obviously tweak the colors later to like unify them all. Ba-ba. Whap, 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 whap. Ow, my elbow. Ay. it. Because that's just a little bit extra, I think. Not a lot, and I might not even include it later, but I like to just have it. It might need to be a lot brighter, I think. And then, you know, hopefully this will all be finished in time for the game on Thursday. Or at least at the moment it's on Thursday. Subject to change. Hope it doesn't, because I've set that out in my calendar. I'm like, yes. Video game. Well, you know, like tabletop game. Thursday at 6 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, I've attempted to schedule everything around this. It better be at 6. And it better be on Thursday. Sometimes you don't know. Iris. Here we go. And then I usually put the highlight on using more of a highlight. I usually tend to do more of, I want more of an ad, I think. I think a yellow, well, it's probably a bit bright, but like, usually I'll do the light with an overlay layer or something, rather than manually coloring it out, just because, you know, just Not definitely not soft. Linear lighting's about right. We'll leave it like that for the minute. That's because it adds a little bit. It probably shouldn't be the dot line one, but that is, you know, is whatever. Is whatever. Oh god. Ugh. And then, you know, this will be finished eventually. And it probably, you know, it should be finished by Wednesday, or at least the top, like, section that matters will be finished for the Wednesday game. And then everything other than that is, you know, kind of whatever. And then instead of doing more art on the Saturday stream, I'll attempt to do world building again. Trying to finish off some of those articles that I stopped doing because I was burnt out. Hopefully the break and all the walking that I've been doing will kind of help me get back into it a little bit. We'll see. Definitely not anything I can know for certain, because that's not how my creativity works. But I'll figure something out. I don't think I need to highlight this one. I think we'll just leave. Yes, delete it. It just adds a little extra depth to the eyebrow. And then, actually, I probably should, before I even forget, I might just do the highlight for the skin now. Highlight. Which I will do using the color pick. Just so I can add a little extra detail to, like, this stuff. Oop. Hey, you good? Oh, that's the hand. God damn it. I forgot that all of the skin parts are in different layers for some reason. Do it now. Yeah, the more layers, the merrier. I try to combine like things, but unfortunately the way that the hands need to layer over stuff. The way that the hands had to layer meant that it was basically impossible to actually have them all in the same layer, Because this one needed to sit below the jacket and shirt, but above the hat, which was fine. And this one had to sit above the pants and the shirt, I believe. Oh, I had to sit above the pants and had to sit above the pants. And those did not compute in the same way because of where the... or something. I don't remember. There was a reason they couldn't be on the same layer, and I was like, oh. Also, it appears that the skin has escaped. The skin escaped. Does a Photoshop aisle, an onion, an ochre, and a cake have in common? Layers! Layers! And 2 vowels. No, because Photoshop has 3 vowels and they're all O's. Damn it. I almost wanted to be clever, but they're all O's in Photoshop. I was like, damn it. Not 2 different vowel sounds. Oof. Oof. Well, no, that doesn't work any way I slice it. Or peel it, if you will. These are not good jokes. Let's get... Which ribbon is this? Hold on a minute. So it is this ribbon. Oh, I'm using an eraser. Oh my god. How does that keep happening? I think I'm half looking over here and that's not where the tool bar is. Toolbar. Not over there. Incredible, I know. I could scarcely believe it myself, but you see, it is true. That is not where it is. It is truly, truly wild. That ribbon seems decent. It's a decent ribbon. Which means we can now get to the Hatrebo. Hatrabio. Which will be less easy because I've decided to get funky with it. Apparently. I decided that it ought to be funky. Which truly, a cursed decision for which I will never atone. Among with the many, many other things that I have done. I say it like I've done anything. I have not done anything. Douche. There we go. There we go. And a little bit darker. Woo. Get that line in good. Oh shit, that's the wrong button. You can't escape it. You can't escape hitting the wrong button. You will do it, and there isn't a choice in the matter. But you, me. I'll hit it. I feel like this ribbon is probably one where I'd actually want a highlight. Just because of where it is positioned. Because the other one doesn't get a whole lot of light, but this one does. It gets that good. Something like that. Just a little bit of something. Whew. Okay. Then the jacket back, which will be a pain in the butt. Because I don't know how that works. I assume you just basically go swamp. You just send that to the Shadow Realm. That's... no. Not the button. Something like that. It kind of... probably needs more of a curve to it, this bit. Just to kind of keep the momentum going, I think. Something to that effect. And then, so have I done all of the layers down, like, here? Okay, so I think then the next is, what is lash? That's the lash. That's the eyelash. Hat. Hat rebio. Hat hand. Jacket. And then it starts in the boots. Which will be very, very fun. Love to do boots. Love to figure out what's going on here. Actually, wait, that was the one thing I wanted to do. I remember now. Because I said it like half an hour ago. So I wanted to fix... Actually, wait, no. You leave it like that, but what you do is you go like this. And you bring it up a little bit. Because that way, it implies that there's something on the bottom. You know, like the shit that it stands on. It's gonna imply to go kind of like that-ish. So that works a bit better. And the idea is it's a solid wedge, so there's no actual heel. It is a solid wedge. I think. I don't know specifically why. That was just because I didn't want to draw the arch of the shoe. And now you see what I mean about darkness making it really hard to shade. Because you can't see that. I can't see that on that screen. If I sit up, I can. Oh, it's beautiful, like 960 glory. Or whatever that particular one is. God, that makes it really hard to see it. It's one of those things where possibly picking a filler color might have been better. It also just looks really weird. Feet are not easy to draw. In my opinion. I don't think I go like full Liefeld on it, but I go a little bit Liefeld on it. I put enough detail that you know it's a foot, which I mean, he does too, so I mean on that level we're even. So I mean I can't really throw stones. Okay, and then I reckon... Well, since it's shaded, there is a little bit of a buffer, so I can actually make the boots slightly lighter as well. Which I think is going to be a good idea. Yeah, I think that makes it just a little bit easier to see. And this is actually a highlight layer. So there's only the two shading layers, it's a highlight and a shade. Because otherwise it's just a little too mushy. Too mushy. Too difficult to comprende. And so forth. I probably should have done some like warm-ups, but I was at least like I was doing a bunch of the cleanup before I started, which is at least like something. I wasn't just playing like CK2 all day. I did do something before this stream started that was relevant. It wasn't just video games. Mostly it was video games. Because I have played a lot of video games. Because for one, we finally got the mod update we were waiting for on the Minecraft server, so that's now up. That was more of a yesterday thing, I think. But then it's just me being very, very bad at taking over Ireland. And I'm like, oh, okay. Great. I am an expert at this strategy game. I definitely know what I'm doing, and I definitely didn't have to miss the First Crusade because I didn't have boats. No, that wasn't me. Can't imagine it. Yeah, saying that without any context probably sounded a bit weird. And then I used the word cuck, and you're like, oh, okay, I think I know what's happening. Because can't imagine there'd be a whole lot of reasons I wouldn't be using it. There was like the first tweet I did before I actually used the word CK2 or whatever, where I was like mentioning that I'd accidentally romanced my daughter-in-law. And my friend was like, until I read that, I didn't know what you were talking about. And I'm like, Day, in order for me to confuse my daughter-in-law for my wife, I need to both have, in real life, a daughter and a wife. And so I just kind of assumed everyone would figure out that I clearly wasn't talking about what was happening. IRL was like, I don't have a daughter or a wife, so this should be a giveaway. Oh, I'm on the pants layer. Oh, pants. Oh, well. Oh, I guess I... Oh, yeah, because I reselected it. We get there eventually. And eventually I figured out what I was doing in the game, so at least I'm like... Things are happening. I don't have a lot of control over what's happening, but at least some things are occurring. I have, like, more, overall score than some Germanic thing. Because there's, like, it goes, like, Godwinson, and then there's, like, a house above that, and there's a house above that, and they're, like, a Germanic house that's fairly minor, and I apparently have more points than they do historically, and I'm like, sweet! Nice! But then again, that's a family that, like, only has lands in, like, Swabia, and I'm like, okay. So, oops. Why am I highlighting this blue? I got a bit carried away. Why am I highlighting the blue? You got every achievement in CK3 recently. You gotta wait for the DLC for more of them. My god. That's a lot of achievements in fairly short order. That is very impressive. I'm very impressed. For whatever that's worth. I think I don't even know what achievements I have. I did eventually successfully crusade, and that is an achievement in my heart, if nothing else. Successfully crusading and putting, like, some chick on some crusader state throne, and then immediately peacing out. And I'm like, oh, okay. Bye. In fairness, I was dealing with a revolt, and I was like, well, shit. I need to get back from Egypt to Ireland immediately. And then call upon the, like, King of Leon to save my ass. And he's gonna go, hey buddy, help me reconquer Galicia. And I'm like, no thanks. Please, dear God, don't make me conquer Galicia. I have like 900 soldiers, dude. What do you think I'm gonna do? Which is why we save scum like crazy. Like a lot. You have 143 out of 161 CK2 achievements. God damn! That is a lot of achievements. Actually, I could check. How many achievements do I have out of CK2? I have... none. Really? Oh, because I'm not playing in Iron Man. Or whatever, right? That's how that works? You can't unlock any achievements unless you play on Fancy Boy mode? Yeah, no thanks. I'm learning to play the game. I wasn't playing on Fancy Boy mode. That's beyond me. I've been save scumming like crazy. I keep trying to avoid the word crazy. I've been save scumming a lot. I have redone a lot of sections a lot of times. Because I was confused. Mostly because of boats. Because, you know, at some point somebody told me playing on Ireland is a good idea because it means you're fairly isolated, but there's a lot of conflict, but like it's all like, you know, controlled. And that makes sense. But it also means that when all of your continental allies ask for help, you need to have boats. And nobody told me that I didn't have boats. And so then I was like, yes, Pope Julius, I shall join the crusade. And then I didn't, because I could not. Oh yeah, and console too. I used console like once to do quick build because I needed boats. Again, boats. The true like boss of the game is just I don't have boats. Because tribal levies, baby! And the bishop died. And I was like, God damn it, stop it! Only the once though. Technically. Technically only once. You can technically save scum if you task manager. Yeah, true. But that's an amount of effort that's a lot of effort required to save scum, which is it makes it significantly less happening. You don't do it as much if it takes effort. You do it because it's easy. I just resign and then I keep going. That said, I was actually manually closing it for a bit because I was being very, very, like, inefficient in my attempt to restart. I need another... Oh! I need another dark blue. Another dark blue. That seems like a very, very, very dark blue. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Eventually I'll, like, I don't know, I'll conquer somebody in Ireland and I'll be like, finally! Big land! And then, you know, I guess, like, the end goal is feudal. And that way I'll have the boats. I'll have the high ground. High ground is boats. I am very upset about boats. I'm also very annoyed that, like, I'll raise my levy and I'll be like, I have 804 soldiers. I would like to put them on my 8 boats. And the game goes, nah, dude. And then I can't do anything about it. Because there's no way for me to get rid of the, like, 4 guys. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hold on. Because they only let you actually fill the boat if you have 100. But if you have more than 100, you can't split your army. And I'm like, are you serious? Okay. Because it's all from one source. And I was like, but can I split it in half? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, shit. I could split the tribal army in half when I had to call the tribal army to help me defend Urham or whatever the hell part of Southern Ireland I'm from. But I was like, holy shit. That was a mess. Oh, and that'll be different colors. Uh-oh. 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 Real quick and just put it down. You appear to be good. Muffin tops. No man left behind. It is forbidden to leave any single individual behind. Okay, so pants is done. Now I think it's... Oh, shirt. Really? Shirt's next? Oh my god. Everything except for the pants. Truly incredible. These are the same whites, so I can use the same blue. Is that good? Good. It's a very big brush. There we go. Oh, it's just gonna get real messy real fast. This is the messy, messy, messy part. The shading goes horribly wrong. And this one I have to be kind of precise about it. Ba 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 da da da. Ba 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 da da ba da da da. Here we go. Shit. Okay, hold on. We're trying to get this one. I know I could rotate the canvas, but that probably will end up happening because at least. There we go. That's good enough. That will do it. Oops, shit. Too far over. Too far over. Yeah, boy. Shirts. Shirt shading. Shirt shading. Tries fabric shading, which I'm not good at. Is there music playing? What is happening? Oh, it was a really long outro. Okay. God damn it. Well, that and I have it on like 2. So I probably couldn't hear it even if it was going. So, it'd be like that. There we go. Now I can actually hear things that are happening. And I'll be honest, that makes absolutely no sense for what's happening here. That is fine. That makes not a whole lot of difference to me. Considering that usually when I'm drawing, I'm listening to, like, pop. And while I'm sure you could have that be, you know, like an appropriate song choice or appropriate genre choice, depending on, like, the setting that you're in. It's very rarely the correct song genre choice. It's just because I like it. I might not end up doing the highlight, actually, because I'm really bad at doing highlights on the spot. And it's fairly light, so you can kind of fill in the blanks. Now it's time for the jacket. He chooses the same color as the pants. It requires me to attempt to figure out how the hell any of this works. This fabric is P? Oh, P and pencil. Oh, okay. This goes a little bit of the shadow implied by the rest of the arm. Not much of it, just a little bit. I think part of the reason I'm having difficulty actually seeing the shadows that I'm drawing, especially on the blue, is because there is a light directly, like, in front of my face, on an angle that makes it harder to see. Kind of, but I can't turn it off. I can change the color temperature, maybe that'll help. None of that made a difference. There's no point. Except the inevitable. Just accept the bloodshot eye and go with it. It will happen. And that's just how it is. I actually might be able to get all the shading done. At least tonight. Maybe not before the end of stream, but pretty much all of it done. Which is good. Is very, very good, in fact. If I can get pretty much all of it done. Because it makes my life significantly easier. That said, this arm looks janky as hell. So I'm just gonna real quick do that. And I'm gonna try and figure out the, I guess, more appropriate angle, which is do something like this. Not too much thinner, but it is a different angle of it. Just because it looks a little bit strange. Because I had to fix a couple of the arms. Because I put in the flat and then I was like, oh. But the hand needs to be in a different spot, or the way that the hand enters the jacket's wrong, or I had to just make it thinner because it was really thick, because I don't know why. And they worked a little bit better. It's a little bit of a weird curve, but the assumption is that, like, the hand, like, the wrist goes there and goes, or something, I don't know, yo. Shit's weird. And this entire back can be in shadow because hell yeah. Okay, so that's one level of the shadows. Then I need the level 2 of the shadows. And then I need to do the trim properly. Which I actually think, real quick, I'm gonna do this the fancy way. Where's my little face? Because that way I can get the shading a bit better on them. Because I think they'll might need a tweaking a little bit. Certainly in certain spots they will need a bit of stuff happening. A little bit of that's something. Because like I was gonna put patterning on the trim. Because on the reference image she had like big white sections which were where the buttons went. And I was thinking doing stars for that. Which I think I mentioned last stream as well, obviously. But the idea was just like stars. And that requires me to either draw them or find a pattern that lets me just put the stars in a way that makes it just way easier to deal with. Because if the less work I need to do, the better. Thanks. Just make my life way easier. Please. That's the one side. Other side mostly just needs like a bit in here. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. Bop. Being a little loose with the shading can kind of help sometimes. Not always, but sometimes it kind of helps. Boogie, woogie, boogie, woogie, 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 woogie. Boogie, woogie, boogie. A little bit. Especially if, like, well, I mean, part of it is that I'm just being lazy, but it can still kind of suggest the ruffles in the fabric to be just like, you know, like have lines that don't super match up necessarily. Kind of help a little bit. Not always, because... but I don't know. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Hmm. Something like that. Something to that effect, I guess. What? Yeah. That looks better once that gets all that in. Something like that. And then it's a matter of getting this puppy at least in the basic shading for the trim. That only goes to here. It'll probably do more with highlight than it will with shadow, I think. I guess we don't need that. Because it'll definitely need a highlight on some of the very dark bits. And here, definitely. Because that way you can actually goddamn see it. Which is very, very nice. And I probably would just go for one shadow, one highlight, just to kind of get it in there. There we go. Go. Oh, I got it there. I wasn't standing out there very much, that's it. Up. I think how about that? Oop. And that kind of works. Because it being a gray highlight makes it seem more like it's black rather than a dark blue. Maybe? What? Oh god. What have I been emailed about? Ah. The renewal for my membership. Great. Awesome. My tabletop club membership. Which I'll definitely renew at some point, just not right now, obviously. Because it doesn't expire for another month and a bit. Actually, just for another month. Oh, that's why I did it at 12:50. Oh, that makes sense. Aye. Oh, I didn't put the highlights in the hands. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh. That's why they look weird. I'm trying to get that, at least. And I can start attempting to figure out how in the hell I'm gonna get the stars onto the the jacket trim in a way that actually, like, looks nice. Because that's gonna be a pain in the butt. And I know that. I just know that as a fact. Where's the other hand? Hat hand, hat hand, hat hand, hat hand. This is why naming your layers is a good idea. And why categorizing them also a good idea. I did neither of those because I have overestimated my own abilities to navigate the many, many layers that I have while under pressure. Eh. Yeah, definitely added to that hand. That hand definitely needed it. I don't know how to... You know? And make it bigger, I guess. Because I guess the idea is that it's probably slightly more frontal on, so probably actually should be bigger anyway. Just gonna add that dimension to it. Where even though the hand, the base of the back of the hand is still obviously in light, it is not the big lit thing on that hand, as it were. I know what I had left with the trim. And then you check like a bunch of filters over the top and it'll eventually go. Can you color code? I don't think so. No. That or I don't know how to do it, which is normal. Yeah. Because the issue is there's also a bit of perspective on the stars. It could just be X's. I could just do a bunch of X's. Because even though that'll be tedious, it'll be simpler than doing the even more tedious option of drawing a shit ton of actual stars. I don't really want to do that. If I can personally avoid drawing a bunch of stars verbatim, well, like repeating them over and over to fit like a curving surface of different sizes, I would rather not. And so I'll just make it like a, you know, like this. That. Eh. Or something like that. Oh, that looks really good, actually. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. I'm a fan of how this is looking. It just adds a little bit of fancy. Which makes sense because she is a noble and she should be at least a little bit fancy, even though she's been exiled from Elf France. You can still have some like cool. It also makes it look like more than just, you know, just a cool, like, cloak or, like, cool coat thing. And obviously these ones down here will get shaded into oblivion. Or rather into, like, orange. They usually end up going orange. And then once I finish that, we'll end up... we'll just end up the stream, basically. Because then I will have hit my 2 hours, because it's almost 1 AM, which is time to go. It is the go time, basically. Those look a bit like, more like, crosses than stars, but it's simplified. I think that looks pretty good. And of course we go into nice orange. And we chuck these guys into orange. And I think a bit of this top one into orange. Not much, just a little bit of it. Actually, yeah. And then a little bit more, almost red for the guys down here. Really emphasize that shadow. And then grab the yellow again. Pop it even lighter, make it real yellow. And just put a nice highlight on these ones here. Because that looks nice. I think that looks good. Where's jacket back? Look, it's here. I want to add something to it. And there's that. I'm basically going to add that little extra highlight to it. And that's basically it. Wait, I'm missing the necklace. God damn it. I missed the necklace. Aye. Sorry, alt tabs of Discord. Apparently there's a... Ooh, fancy. Ooh. There's some fancy shit happening. Which I'll be experimenting with once the stream is over, obviously. Once I understand, and once... Oh, we're gonna have fun breaking something, apparently. Which is gonna be delightful. I love getting to break things. It sounds too sinister. It's fine. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. Okay, so... What the fuck is that? Ugh. Devastating. I hate when you figure out you're not actually, like, following somebody. So rude of me. God damn it. Aye. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that they're actually, like, ready to rumble. It looks like they are. That means I think we're good to go. So obviously I will be continuing to work on this to just do the final last touches, get the necklace in that I forgot, and also rings. I probably should have put rings on, so I'll figure that out too. But that is for after, because that is fairly minor, menial shit. I didn't shade the hat either. See? This is stuff that I do elsewhere. This is why I don't stream art. It goes very badly every time. But, of course, since it is 1 AM, it is now time for me to finish the stream. So, thank you all very, very much for coming. Our raid call is Get Ready. You can use the channel points, the toast slices, to claim the emote if you are not subscribed, because we like to have cool yelling toast that is on fire, because I'm stuck with the bread puns now. I don't really have a choice. We will be raiding Lathan, who is going to be doing some world building. Yep, I spelled it right. Awesome. They are world building their D&D 5e setting, which is very appropriate because this character I've designed is for a 5e game. So, you know, it all fits together. It's all related. So thank you all very much for coming. I didn't choose the bread. The bread toasted me. Exactly. But yes, thank you all very much for coming. Hope you all have a very lovely day, no matter what it is that you choose to do with it. And hopefully I shall see many of you around in the future for other things that happen. And yeah, see you all around. Goodbye.